We are rolling. Welcome back to the Jungle Brothers podcast, JB Cast. This is episode number 26.
26.
That's Joe there. I'm here with Joe Worthington.
Hey guys, welcome.
Tiora Ward.
Hi.
And Paul Photofood. Tiora, why don't you go ahead and just tell us what your full name is, actually. I just thought of that. Go on. Give it to them.
My full first name is Tiora Varu Tangaro Ura Aruera.
Fuck, that's your full first name.
Yeah.
What's your full
I
surname?
should know that by now.
No, I know.
I got it tattooed on my
A little
butt.
bit disappointed.
What's your full surname?
Ward.
Oh, that's it. Hendo Ward.
Henderson Ward.
It doesn't really do it justice, does it?
Yeah, it's a bit of an anticlimax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome. We haven't done a podcast for some time.
Been a bit of a layoff for us. We've had other shit going on, other areas of the business to focus on.
Correct.
Namely surviving. But our head is out of water, so we're feeling pretty confident right now.
Changing the trend, bro.
Yes.
I can feel it.
You guys know where we're at, junglebrothers.com, where our gym's down in Botany, 15 Underwood Avenue. We're serving a whole bunch of awesome people down here to get stronger, more skillful, more mobile. And we have a pretty good online presence now. So if you want to follow us from afar, check us out on Instagram, Jungle Brothers Movement. If you want to know about training with us, just log on to the website and click the Learn More button. I want to give a shout out to our newest podcast sponsor, Panavore Cafe. They're at 29 Daly Avenue, Pagewood. More importantly, they brew delicious coffee and delicious sandwiches. And they're supplying the elixir that we're drinking today and we'll be drinking for future episodes. And I'm hoping that you're going to experience a 10% increase in our energy levels due to the increased caffeine. So shout out Panavore. Thanks, fam.
Thank you, Panavore. Thank you, Tree.
Thanks, Tree. Tree trains with us. Legend. Absolute legend.
He's killing it at the moment.
Yeah.
He supplies our coffee as well. We've got a cold drip coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cold brew down in the fridge.
Cold brew. It's
Yep.
delicious. And he recycles his bottles. So bottles that he uses go back to him. Yeah.
He's a good man. And it
Great.
fits with our ethos, right?
That's right.
Going back to the social media, we got a sick video out at the moment.
Oh,
A
we
new
do?
Video.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I keep seeing it popping up on my thing. I'm yet to share it. I've got to share that today. But it's a sweet little movie.
It's a cool little video. It's a nice
Yeah.
little insight. Yeah, we got two. We got the little teaser, 60-second piece with the drums, and then we got like the 3-minute, which is with the testimony. Yeah.
Yeah, I
take
fucking made
a
the cut for that
Japanese
one.
drum.
You could see my back.
Paul gets a lot of
That's it.
feature in the teaser,
That's
doesn't
all
he?
I fucking got was a back. That was it. Back of the head. Paul was kicking it, if I remember.
Is that what? Oh, I didn't even look that close.
No, you're too
I was
busy
just
looking at
looking at-
yourself.
That's a good looking
That's what
push
happened in the
kick.
last video, where you were just looking. Yeah.
The one where T didn't lock out on the L sit.
It fucking cut before I locked out. That's why.
We do calisthenics. No lockout required.
God.
Good, man.
Oh, I didn't know you felt that way about the video. I'll have to have another look. No wonder I like it so much. But you have a nice...
It's good though. He locks out
musculature
these
of the
days.
back.
He's come a long way since that video.
Lock you out of the office.
Thanks, Alan Chan.
Thank you, Alan.
Alan, legend. Push
Yeah,
to shove
great
media.
Push to shove media.
He does good stuff, huh?
video.
Awesome stuff.
He's a he's a real good example of a partner in a business that you really value because one, just as a person, he's a really cool guy, but two, he really wants to do a good job for you, and he just brings the positive energy every time, and you're like, fuck, he's such a pleasure to work with.
He has a genuine curiosity as well about how things work, just the gym itself, and even stuff like the garden.
Yes.
A lot of good questions. I think that comes through with his footage. It's good.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he's very present and he's genuine. Good man. Today's topic is timely, given that it's the middle of winter. Today's topic is maintaining training during the dead of winter.
Maintaining
Maintaining.
training.
We know that this time of year is typically troublesome for some people in terms of motivation or energy. And it is kind of for us as business owners, we see a change. We see a change when there's any change of season, right? It doesn't really matter what the season is, but you definitely experience more of those conversations with your members about, I'm just not getting in as much as I used to, or I'm feeling a bit tired at the moment, or right? So I guess it's important for us to talk about it because we all experience that shit. We're not immune to it, right?
Right.
Tell us what's your take on the thing, T? Because you obviously deal with this yourself.
Yeah, I think it's probably even harder in a gym like ours because we don't have air conditioning. It's actually colder inside than it is out.
Yep.
Because it doesn't see the sun over winter.
Correct.
And it's hotter in summer. We chose this location for that particular reason, just to make harder, stronger individuals.
That's right. More robust.
Yeah.
Like Russians.
Yeah. So if you're training at a gym that's got aircon and stuff like that, it's probably a little easier. But I think getting motivated to get into a space that you know feels a little harsh, it can be tough. So there's definitely parameters that you can bring into place to help you get through the front door. Because once you're through the front door and you get warm, it's like any other day.
Yes.
It's just that getting from home or out of the car and into the gym, really, that's the obstacle if you think about it.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not really any different.
You feel
once
that
you start moving.
you feel that urge at the end of the day to kind of, I'll just go home and make some dinner and get on the couch and watch some Netflix. Like it,
Yeah.
rather than I go to the gym, do my hour of training, and then go home and do the Netflix.
Yeah, I think it's. I know for myself, I like to have the foresight of how I feel after I've finished training, and just using a bit of visualization. Okay, so I've got the option to go home and sit on the couch. How am I going to feel? I'm just going to sit there and feel guilty the whole time if I know that I should be moving. And how am I going to feel after I finish my training session? Mm-hmm. And that tends to get me through the front door.
Is that something you do? You make a moment to sit and think about that, or do you just do that as you're going about your day?
Now it's a subconscious thing, but I know that before I was a gym owner, it's different. Now that I train in the hours that people aren't training, it's in a way it's easier for me now, and obviously because we own a gym. But I know that before that was the case, there was always that option to opt out. Like, should I, shouldn't I? Because you're at home and you've got the clock's ticking. You got that 15 minutes to get to class before class starts.
Sun's gone down.
And you're like, oh shit, I gotta move quick and get there, or I'm running a bit late, or I might just skip this one. Everyone's been there, and I think once you get into that position where you have a choice to make, it's very important to have a bit of foresight and just think how are you going to feel if you know you should be getting into training and you choose not to. You're just going to sit at home and feel guilty, really.
Yeah, you're going to beat yourself up.
Yeah, and that's shit.
And then you're going to beat yourself up the next day.
Yeah.
And then the next day. And then it's going to be the weekend.
It
You're going to feel
follows
bad fucking having drinks on a Friday night.
Yeah. Yeah, it follows on.
Yeah. What's your deal, Paulie? Where do you go with it?
Well, something more recently, like as in last week, and there's a point I was just saying to you earlier, was group training. It's a bit different for me, like you were saying, T, training during the day. Like training during the day, it's just my personality. Now that it's gotten colder, it's harder for me to go downstairs and get warm on my own at 2 p.m. when there's no one else in the gym and it's cold.
Yeah.
And last week, a couple of times, I was like, just didn't want to do it. And I just jumped in the class to get me going. I love that. Initially on one session, I jumped in and I thought, I'm going to warm up with the class and then train on my own. But yeah, the point is, find some people to train with. If you're not part of a gym, then you're going out with a friend and trying to organise something around that, or join a gym, a sick one like in Botany, and get warm and train with other people. So I did that a couple of times this week, and I think that's a really good place to start, especially, if you're struggling. Look for accountability with other humans like yourself, going through the same thing, and that's true of anything you're trying to do that's a bit hard in life.
Yeah, it's true. Get a group of people around you that can keep you accountable.
Yep.
It's true, right? Like our gym and other small gyms provide that by the nature of the product. It's classes, and classes are a real easy way to just get yourself motivated if you're not feeling it at that moment.
Oh, yeah, and I've been training while the classes are going on. If I'm not doing the group thing, I'm just training while the class is on because there's other people training and I get a bit of banter. The energy's in the room.
And it's warmer.
It's warmer, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's true.
And there's accountability when it comes to training with a group, or even just within that group, there might be one or two people that you partner up with, whether it's on the pads, on the mats, on a barbell, and you're sitting at home. You know they're going to be there, so you got to go.
Yeah.
Either that, or you get a text come through, and on the days that you're feeling a bit flat, that text come through. On the day that they're feeling a bit flat, you're sending a text out, and you pull each other through the tough times.
Yeah.
So it's really handy to have a little bit of a social community within your training routine, without a doubt.
I think on that training buddy point as well, you have like a responsibility there to play your role too, right? Which is to text the other person, like to take that 15 seconds to go, hey dude, see you tonight, 6:15, like we said, because it's easy to kind of not to, and then you get in, you're like, oh, my training buddy's not here. And then they don't reciprocate to you, and then there is no training buddy relationship.
Yeah.
But if you have that person, and we see it in our classes all the time, where those people just buddy up, and if you take that small amount of time to keep each other accountable, it just goes such a long way for both of you, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I also see that that same scenario producing really good training results.
Yeah.
Because you push yourself that little bit harder, there's a little bit of a competitive edge there. You're either trying to keep up or you're trying to stay a little bit ahead of the person you're training with. 'Cause there's always going to be one that's performing a little better.
Yeah.
And, whether you're playing
who's
that role
that
or just
between you
putting
and
the pressure on.
Sorry. Who's that between you and me, T?
Well,
Watch the video,
I'm
bro.
still waiting for you to get your rope climb up there, bro.
Oh.
Whole goddamn gym's done it. Set poorly.
Coming to you. Now that it's on my knee. Go ahead.
So I think, we see it inspiring all the time.
Yeah.
I think that, and everyone's turning up because of the fact that
You
no
have
one
to have
really
it.
wants to be left behind.
Yeah.
Because once you start taking those few weeks off, you
Yeah.
come back and someone's going to kick your ass.
Punch you in the face.
Yeah, punch you in the face.
While they're
kick your
smiling
leg,
at you. Yeah.
kick your leg out from under you. And that's just a shit place to be.
I think it happens very naturally in our gym. I do see it a lot all the time, but it could be a really good thing to make a promotion to everyone, just to make a conscious decision to find a training buddy this winter.
Yes.
Hashtag JB training buddy, find yours. Hashtag.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
At.
Yeah, I think it's a great
that'd
idea.
be a good little
Because
bit of
people,
recommendation.
I mean, there's whatever. It's kind of that social thing where maybe, I get along with so and so when I meet them at the gym, and we get along well. But do I ask them for their phone number? Is that a bit weird?
Yeah.
It's totally, you should, right? Like,
if
hey,
we're like,
let's exchange numbers and let's
find that person.
Yeah.
Post up pics and whatever.
Yeah.
Win a high five from me.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea, man. It's true. Those people, invariably, you can think of the couplets of those people in your classes, but they do make the most gains.
Yeah.
They do make a lot of gains.
Yeah.
The group accountability thing's huge. I've actually noticed for myself that my training over winter has... I do that. I go to train jiu-jitsu. I train some jiu-jitsu here, but I train most of it outside with my coach at Alliance. And I really look forward to those classes because I'm not having to self-start. I'm not having to walk downstairs and what am I going to warm up today? And I don't really feel like squatting, whatever. I just have to get there and then I go in and the class is on and it's great, And I think like I keep coming back to that because the times when I've not been doing jiu-jitsu and I've just been doing my own training, you have to expend a lot of willpower in those phases to every day go and run yourself through your own program, not talk to anyone, stay disciplined with your rest periods. Like there's a lot of willpower used up in that process, which is really good, but it's hard to. I feel like
It's maybe lonely.
It is a bit lonely, and depending on your personality type, it's perhaps not sustainable.
No,
is it?
And I don't think it's very natural, to be honest. I don't think humans are designed to be pushing themselves to the limit on their own every day, day in and day out. It's a real collaborative thing, working together.
I would agree. I think there would be some, but most of them would have been bred out, right?
Yeah.
Or killed out.
Yeah, I'm
of
not
the
sure if
gene
it's
pool.
like it's not natural, but I think we're at our best when we're with a group
Yeah,
or with
yeah,
a
totally.
partner. Yeah.
Unless you're like antisocial, unless you're a bodybuilder.
Yeah,
But
it's true. Well, if you're Dorian
I don't know,
Yates,
I want
it's
to be
cool,
friends
man. Do your thing. But if you're just the dude that's got no legs and a massive upper body and a thin neck, you should join some classes, bro. Come and get on the mats, brah.
The mats.
Yeah,
Come get an
on
injury.
the jiu-jitsu things, must be nice to put on a little jacket as well, some long pants while you sweat.
The gi's nice, yeah.
You know,
and you do the little rashi under the gi
yeah,
jacket.
Yeah. Stay warm.
Getting warm's a
toasty.
big one.
Because can you do that for calisthenics? I was
Some
wondering if you could
jiu-jitsu
just
guys,
use
I
your-
think Brazilian guys, are known to train in socks during winter.
Oh yeah.
Warm up in socks.
I mean, I've rolled people that have the hoodies on underneath the,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But it'd be cool if you could just get like a gi for when you're doing body weight training.
It's true.
Can we get like a gi outfit that's acceptable in this gym where we can just put a nice big robe on while we're doing some pull-ups?
I use that as my metric for warm-ups actually in a class. In the mornings you see people come in, everyone's wearing their hoodies and a jacket or whatever, and then I know that the
don't
warm-up has achieved its end when like at least one layer has come off of each person. You're like, all right, cool, let's move into the work.
Totally.
Getting warm is good, like psychological tool as well. Like getting warm before you even get into the gym.
Actually, like physically warming yourself up.
Just jump into like a hot shower. Like if you're really cold and you're curled up in a ball on the couch and you're like, fuck, I don't want to move because I'm freezing. Jump in a hot shower, get out, get your hoodie on, get warm clothes on, and then you kind of like, you got blood.
That's a really
getting into
interesting
the
point.
muscle.
I never considered that.
Yeah.
Helps, huh?
Well, blood gets in the muscle and then it starts to, your body's going out of that fucking, is it asympathetic?
Parasympathetic.
Yeah, I won't go there because I don't know much about it, but you go from like lying there digesting to putting blood in the muscle and it's like, okay, you're kind of halfway there already.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
I use the hot shower like
It's a
I steam
psychological
my
thing
skin.
more than anything, I think.
Yeah.
You like a hot shower, don't you?
I like a hot shower. And I thought, oh, Joe, you might want to talk about your cold shower.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on the opposite scale, but I feel like it serves the right
You're at
purpose
the
for me.
pussy end of the scale.
No.
You could do a cold shower. as
No,
well.
no, I'm switching into sympathetic nervous state.
Yes, that's right.
Is that
I have a
whatever's
hot
gonna
shower, gets me
stimulate
going.
you, I guess. Just get the stimulus going.
Yeah. When I come out of the hot shower, I can walk around the house with nothing on.
Yeah.
With no top on. And
Yeah.
and then I put my clothes on, I put a t-shirt on, the jumper might come on later. Like it's kind of served its purpose to excite my cells, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel good after that. Yeah. But yeah, the cold showers.
Mate, the cold showers,
Mate.
I got to give a shout out to my lady Misa. She's been doing the cold showers with me. Like, she's doing them as well. We don't do them together because it's not a romantic kind of experience. It's pretty fucking brutal. But she's been doing it this winter. Yeah. And I got to say, like, I know that for not just Polynesians, but also females, it's hard to do cold showers. Right? Like, I feel like they generally like to be a bit warmer than males, like, based on shower temperatures and bedding and all that kind of thing. But yeah, I've been doing the cold showers for a few years, and it's fucking intimidating on a winter morning. I literally stall. I wake up and I start stalling. I'm in bed, I'm scratching my back. I'm like stretching a little bit and I'm like, I'm just stalling. Then I walk to the bathroom and then I'm like checking something on my face and like looking at my hair. Like I'm wasting time.
It's the first thing you do?
Yeah, it's the first thing I do. I just get up and do it. And I notice myself stalling and then it's like, just get in the fucking shower, bro. And almost every morning when I do it, I think about Hicks and Gracie. If you guys remember Choke, the documentary,
yeah.
when he
in the river?
Yeah, he's in the river in Japan
Yeah.
in the middle of winter, and it's like flowing fucking rapids. And then I just do it, and like for 2 seconds, it's like a second. You're like, why the fuck am I doing this? And then it's literally fine, and you're like, this feels so good. Yeah, I'm such a proponent of that. You still doing yours, T-Bone?
Yeah, I am. Yesterday was cold. This morning was not too bad, but yesterday was
Bone
I
cold.
was like the pipes were cold. It felt hot.
You're like burnt. Yeah.
My skin. How cold do you reckon the water is in the pipes? Like when I'm thinking, is it colder than the water out there in the ocean?
I would say that it is
Yeah.
because it's cooled more
Yes.
effectively because
Yeah.
it's coming through little pipes. I don't know. I guess it's 5 degrees or something.
No idea. I just know it's pretty chilly at the moment.
Yeah, we've got to stick a thermometer in that shit.
But it's good. I can't start my day now any other way. I just feel like I haven't turned over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I did it all through Europe as well. Loved it. I still love them. My kids have been doing a bit of them as well.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I think, to your point about the hot shower, like a hot shower briefly, I see your point, like to kind of break you out of your like frozen state and then energize you a bit to go move. But like when I have a hot shower in the evening, it's a little bit longer than that sort of pre-training shower would be. And I'm fucking tired after that. Like I feel really nice and relaxed, but I don't, I feel a bit depleted by it, which is a nice feeling in the evening, but I don't want that in the morning. That kind of like, oh man, I'm wrecked. Let's go train. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a bit. I don't feel out. Like I just have the hot shower and I feel like I'm
good.
I look forward to getting out of it and having steam coming off my body and being a bit bulletproof after that.
Yeah, right.
I walk across the house that I was freezing in prior with my towel around my waist and with my skin's feeling the cold air with a little layer on it,
What about calories?
Calories.
The calorie intake, should it be going up? Are we consuming more when the weather's colder? Does it stay the same? I know that usually a lot of people tend to sway towards the stodgy food, that kind of thing. Does it have an impact on your output, your training output, or just motivation to get into the gym?
It's a real good question. Hey, I don't know officially. I would imagine that your body trying to stay warm would have to consume a little bit more calories, but probably not a huge amount. But yeah, I definitely feel the desire to eat more carb rich or carb rich, fat rich, like rich foods, heavier foods, for sure.
Stodgy kind of slow cookers going on.
Yeah, potatoes and shit, roasted meats. Yeah, it's the food thing. Like, I mean, I guess you kind of have that natural relationship where you feel like different foods at different times of the year. I know I don't feel like eating much carbohydrate or like heavy carbohydrate during summer. I'm happy to eat like protein and some veggies and salad and stuff. But that said, for the last couple of years, I've been trying to force feed myself a little bit more. So I've just been eating heaps all the time. So it doesn't really change. You guys change your habits this time of year?
Yeah, I think I head more towards a comfort food. I think my intake probably stays pretty similar, but just the type of cooking changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, same kind of deal. Stir fries move to like slow cook and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I'm probably about
meals.
the same, although I haven't really thought about it that much. But definitely there's a shift into, pot, oven food. I look at a salad, I tell it to get out of my face at the moment. I'm just like, I'd rather just wilt that spinach and put it in something else that's warm and buttery.
Yeah.
For sure. And I wonder like how much of that is socialized and how much of it is like a genuine biological kind of craving
need.
Yeah, reaction to the weather.
I mean, it is, eating food is, I believe it's the most efficient way to raise your core body temperature. I know that when I did that little hunting retreat a couple of years ago, they were talking to us about, like, because it gets fucking cold, you're in the middle of winter, you're hunting early in the morning, they're like, once you start to feel yourself getting cold, you got to eat something hot, like as soon as possible, or like drink something hot, because adding layers of clothing, by the time you start feeling cold, adding layers isn't going to help. You got to get some hot food in and add the layers, and that will raise the core body temperature and keep you going. So I found that quite interesting. So it makes sense that, in the colder weather, you want to start eating, more food, right? And then in summertime, you're trying to cool down all the time. So it's the inverse.
So before you come to 5:45 a.m. class, go and get a full brekkie in your belly.
Yeah, brekkie burrito.
Brekkie burrito
Extra
on the
chili
way.
sauce.
Hot cuppa.
Yeah.
You do like a lemon.
You guys eat
hot lemon.
You guys eat before training in the morning if you're doing a morning sesh?
It depends on the time. I would I don't train at that time, so yeah, right now I couldn't really say, but I would, if I was up early enough, I would put a piece of toast in.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you know me, I got the food complex. What do you call it?
Food scarcity complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I delivered the speech at my wedding. Tash was laughing about it this week.
I
She
reread
loves it.
that. I came across it on my computer.
Oh,
the
you
other
got to
day,
send it through.
and I read it, and it fucking
It was really funny.
Yeah, I was cackling to myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to have something in my belly to train usually. And I've done it before, obviously. If I can't have something in my belly, then I just don't. And then I'm fine afterwards. But I prefer to have like a tiny something in there, like one piece of toast if I
Yeah.
was doing an early training, or one little whatever it is.
How long does it take to digest some food? It's like 2 hours or something, isn't it? Hour and a half.
Depends what it is. Piece of toast would move real quick. Piece of
Mine's more psychological.
piece of meat, or something like
Yeah.
protein or
Chunk of
fat dense.
bacon, like 3 months.
Stays in there for life, apparently.
Bubblegum does.
Yeah,
That's what they say.
they did say that, didn't they? Back in the day. Don't you swallow that? Then you're like, swallow it.
Worried.
But yeah, I suppose you're talking like 30 minutes to maybe 90 minutes. On that, we probably sound like a bunch of rookies on the food front. In a few weeks, we have Luke Tulloch coming on, Funny's husband, and he's going to be talking nutrition with us. So we can actually come at him
We'll
for
ask him with all, or hit him up with all of these questions.
all this shit. Yeah, we'll tell him what we think, and then he can, and then he can correct us.
That'll be a fun exercise.
But yeah, I agree. It's not really energy efficient to go and eat food and then train. Like right
Yeah,
after, because
no.
your body's going to be digesting in some way. But I like the piece of toast as well. Piece of toast with a bit of jam or a bit of honey, some butter, something like that.
something
cup of tea.
to digest quickly.
Yeah. Just I don't know.
Protein
It's
shake.
kind of feel like it kicks the body over a bit, gets gets the metabolism going, and then gives you a bit of energy to train.
Some sugar.
Yeah, man. I wanted to bring up a point that I find that is important this time of year, which is that we kind of touched on it, but there's a primal urge that I find, and this is just my theory, in winter, and it's the same primal urge you get on a rainy day when you wake up and it's grey and raining outside, and it's kind of that primal urge to hibernate or stay in the cave. And so if you think about when you wake up on those mornings and it's raining and you look outside and you're like, oh, it's raining, and you just want to nestle back into bed, compared to the days when you wake up and it's fucking hot and sunny and you can feel it and see the light coming through and you're like, man, I got to get outside and start doing some shit. Like there's an urge to be productive when it's sunny and then an urge to be lazy when it's grey. And I find that kind of the lazy side really is a thing that happens, like a signal you get during the winter. And for me, I think about that and I don't like to give into it. So I don't mind giving into it on a Sunday morning or whatever, but when I'm thinking about training that afternoon and how I'm not feeling that motivated,
Yeah.
I like to reflect on, well, yeah, the climate is signaling to me to kind of go and sleep, and so I don't want to be a pussy. I'm going to go and train. And
So it's like you see that the world is testing you, it's challenging you, it's asking you the question, and you're like, how am I going to respond?
Exactly, bro.
Another good way to deal with that is to have your training schedule set out for the week. So in the back of your head that tomorrow you're getting up at whatever time it is and you're going straight to the gym, and you've known for the last 6 weeks on that day that you'll be training at that time. So you prep for it mentally.
Yeah.
It's not an option. It's just part of your work week. So if you've got it in the diary and it's there looking at you for a couple of days before, then it's much easier to mentally prepare yourself rather than waking up one morning thinking, I should probably go train.
Should I train today?
I'll do tonight, whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Setting that date.
I watched a TED Talk with an author, Charles Duhigg, who's the guy that wrote the book The Power of Habit.
Yes.
And I've got that book. I haven't read it, but I mean, you probably don't really need to. You could just watch the TED Talk, I reckon. But they did a bunch of studies on how people develop habits and how habits relate to or interrelate with willpower and motivation and whatnot. And the most significant thing they found was that a cue for the habit and a reward at the end of the habit are the two most powerful factors. So, the typical one of like, if you want to make yourself get up and run in the morning, you put your running shoes next to your bed, and all you have to do when you get up is put the shoes on.
Yes.
And they found that, fucking 11,000% increase in adherence to the habit simply by having that cue and doing that thing. So I think that really talks to your point of like, you have whatever your little training gear is, like you got your water bottle, you got your fucking, I don't know, your sports jacket, it's in your bag, it's at the door ready to go, your keys are there. You even have like maybe a mug with a tea bag in it in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
You go in, put a piece of toast, make the tea.
Yeah.
Boom, brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Man, I'm out the door. I'm at the gym. I didn't have to think about it. There was no willpower required. It was just a cue for you to do the thing.
It's a very, very good point about first just making a habit so it becomes habitual. But yeah, doing what you have to do with those cues.
There's another good one on the back of that for the evening trainers is
Don't go home. Don't go home.
Don't
Yeah.
fucking go home.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people say.
Don't go home.
Don't go home.
Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Just go straight to the gym and it's part of your work week.
Yeah.
Or get in lunchtime session.
It's so true. Yeah, going home is the pits, right? Because then it's dark, man. It's dark at like 5:30. Once you're home, you turn the heater on. It's over. Put the news on. Ooh, damn.
Even if you get
Simpsons
to,
reruns.
to the gym early, like half an hour early, just do that and work on some stuff and wait for class.
Yeah.
I used to have
Don't go home.
I used to always have my coffee and all my little bits fully laid out in the morning. Also, just for like a quick getaway.
Yeah, man.
So I'd have the
Because you're not breaking that, right? Like, there's no way. I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to coach, so you're going to be there anyway. But
Yeah.
there's no way you're going to like, oh, all my shit's ready to go. I'm not going to go.
Yeah, it was like laid out, had the filter in, had the, it was just laid out. So it just had to make it. The mug was there. There was water in the kettle because I hate like having to fill it up. When it's like, it was just all those things. I used to park my car like out the front on the gutter where you're not supposed to park, but I know that I'm going to push the car off the curb at 5:30, so it won't matter to people on that narrow street because it won't be in the way. But it was just that. It was pointing in the right direction. I didn't have to like reverse out of it. It was all
You
those
don't even
little
turn the
things.
car off from the night before. It's just
Correct,
running all
that's
night.
right. With
Jumping
the heater
those
on.
shits warm.
Yeah. But you do those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true, man. Yeah, being prepped. I remember
Being prep, making it convenient. Even if it's like buying 6 set of training trackies and hoodie.
yeah,
That you feel good in. Like, having some good gear that you like getting into.
it's my training gear.
It's my training gear. I look like a ninja when I run out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good point. You got the sick little iPhone holder on your fucking bicep.
Get out of here.
That one.
And the no noise Bose headphones.
Oh, so you can run and get hit by a car and you don't even
Sick.
know until you end up in hospital. Yeah. Cancel all the noise. I fucking love that. That is such a fucking a sign of how overly safe our environment has become. That people walk the streets with noise cancelling earphones.
Oh.
Right? Like
That is
completely unaware of who's walking
Whilst
behind them or
scrolling their mobile phone.
yeah. It's
They
great.
deserve to get mugged.
Yeah, totally, man. Yeah.
I should go over and just slap
Mugged,
'em.
slip on a banana peel, all that shit.
I saw some really funny skit on the internet somewhere a while ago, and it was it was like a skit commercial for like a guide person for people who just wanted to be on their mobiles. So it was like they all had these like really pale yellow t-shirts, and they were to guide you. They hold your arm and walk you around the streets while you're on your phone. So there was just like a human guide dog to stop you at the lights to cross and move you around things. It's hilarious.
Man, I watched a guy. This is, I don't know, last month or something, up at the chicken shop up the road. He walked in. I mean, I'm not stereotyping here. He looked like a computer programmer. Your imagination can take that where you like.
How dare you just say that?
Yeah. He walked in looking at his phone, and he ordered while looking at his phone, and he didn't look at the woman who was taking his order, and then he tapped his phone to pay, and then he went and sat down next to me, at the table next to me, and he was looking at his phone the whole time. And then his burger and chips came out, and then he ate all the chips, and then he ate the burger, and he didn't take his eyes off the phone once, and then he wiped his face, and then he grabbed his can of drink and walked out looking at his phone. He didn't take his eyes off the phone the whole fucking time.
That is so unhealthy.
Man, it was
is
so
so
hectic,
unhealthy.
And I'm like, I felt for the guy because whatever. Maybe he's just never thought about it, you know?
It's his world in there.
Yes.
It's his world.
Yeah, that's the new
You
reality.
swallow the toothpick in the club sandwich. I kind of saw that the other day when
it's
I
really
ordered
sad.
my Warriors bowl.
It is.
Sad.
Yeah.
He's missed out on all of that interaction.
Yeah, man.
No idea.
And where
what his
where are
real
your
environment
thoughts at that time, right? Like, they're usually, you know, I mean,
was. Floating around the ether.
Yeah, man. They're nowhere
Lost.
They're nowhere focused. No. They're not productive. They're just fucking wasted.
Ugh.
And yeah, I saw a case. Probably going in a little tangent now. Coffee, Joe.
Give me some of that coffee,
Let me
please,
get you
bruh. Cup number 2.
But it was just a guy who was on his phone. This is up at Bix. I was ordering a Warriors bowl.
Very
Bix
nice.
Cafe, Botany Road.
Jungle
Botany
Brothers
Shops.
recommended.
And I was waiting for it to get done. I was watching him, and he kind of looked like a computer programmer. Maybe. And yeah, he was on his phone. And then he got off the phone, and he was trying to order something off the menu. It was like, hey, do you guys have a blah, blah, blah? And then he was like, oh, okay, no. And then he got the menu, was like, oh, can I get this? And they were like, oh, sorry, we don't have any more salmon today or something. You know, it's like late. It's like 3 in the arvo or whatever. And I don't know. It's just an observation. He was pretty annoyed that they didn't have a bunch of stuff for him. And I guess as part the phone and part just
People fucking starving out there.
people just
Slap.
And there's
thinking
like
that
17 other different types of animals you could eat on this menu.
Yeah, no,
we don't have the one creature you're looking for
he was really
today, sir.
ungrateful for the fact that they didn't have those things. And I was like, he was just like verbally like that type of thing.
Yeah.
I was thinking, dude, because you're on your phone maybe too much and you demand that you have things that, you know, gratify you all instantly all the time on the net. You come into a real cafe. In Botany, it's a small business. You're not considering all these other factors. Like, you want us to have 30 things on the menu at 3 p.m. on a small set of shops? Like, get out of here, kid.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, like, let him know. Get off your phone. And then he just went, ordered something, burger and chips, and then just went straight back on the phone. I was like, oh, I'd love to get a little piece of my mind.
Hey, bro.
Shout out.
What's the word? It's like a... were you about to shout out Steven Seagal?
Me? No.
To Hill?
No, I wasn't. I was shouting out to him.
Okay.
If I could tag him in
Shout
this
out,
podcast.
guy. But it's
Be
kind
grateful.
of is it gluttony, or it's kind of that, I think we all feel that same way. It's like he's expectant of like a bunch of different options to be available, expectant to not have to worry about his own security when he's in public, so he can just look at the phone. Yeah, it's like a privilege that comes from this soft life that we have in, you know, where we have everything we need, right? Go buy fucking strawberries in the middle of winter, whatever. Like, you can get everything, you can find everything on your phone. Like, nothing is an effort. So yeah, whether it's gluttony or it's kind of just privilege,
Makes you less grateful.
Yeah, and
You know,
you
that's what I
spend
sort of saw
your
him.
life feeling half floating in and out of depression because nothing is satisfying you. Dissatisfied all the time,
yeah,
you know?
hate that shit.
Let's get back on track. Let's get back on track before I lose it.
Focusing on training that you enjoy, I think, is a really powerful tool
Yes.
to get you out of the house.
Yes.
So if you like to dance, get yourself to a dance class. If you're not getting, you know, if the lifting's not sorting you out. I know the boxing for me is great. I always look forward to it. The sparring, that stuff I can't miss. I know when I know I have to lift through winter, I don't like it as much. But I keep in mind that it's keeping me durable for the boxing. So I have this kind of it relates back to what I enjoy doing.
Interdependence.
Yeah. So I know that by doing that, I can box better and I've got less chances of injury. But I think it's really important that you enjoy the place you're going to. So if you're and this is even in summer as well, but if you're looking at your training as a chore,
Totally.
it's fucking hard to get there on top of a cold day, on top of like grey, on top of rain. You got no chance.
Yeah,
Really.
If it's a punishment or if
Yeah.
it's something you have to do
Yeah.
because you fucked up at lunchtime. That is an unsustainable perspective on it, isn't it?
Yeah, and in winter, even more true. So making sure that, your type of training or your goal is true and honest for yourself and something that truly excites you.
Yeah, you feel passionate about it.
You feel passionate about it, and winter's there to kind of make sure that it is honest, because it'll test you.
Yeah.
So a bit of time aside to make sure that what you're doing, your goals and what you're aiming towards is enough to get you out of bed.
I also think with the goals piece, kind of like same idea, but count like in terms of the passion thing. Sometimes it's good to just set a goal for the sake of a goal.
True.
And go, I'm going to work on that for a few months, because it just gives me a bit of direction. I'm doing at the moment, you guys probably see I'm trying to do some power training for my lower body. Yeah. So on Wednesday mornings, I do like some jumping and some speed squats, and I'm trying to increase my vertical jump. I don't really care that much about my vertical jump. It's kind of fine, but I was just...
It's pretty good.
I mean, we'll see. I got to retest it next week. But it's
not bad for a white guy.
I'm still a white guy, right?
Oh, you are white.
Yeah.
Not disputing that. But at the vertical leap, yeah.
You know what I mean, bro? I do. My lower body
bro.
does look like that of Tyron Woodley. However,
I was thinking
shout out
Serena
to
Wilton.
my boy.
Sorry, Serena booty.
But it's just giving me a bit of direction, and I don't really, you know what I mean? It's like, cool, I'll do that for a few months. It's a bit of a training project, and I'm doing it, and then I don't know, after I've done it, I'll finish up in a few weeks. I'll do something else. Maybe I'll go back to back tucks or something. But it's a bit of a just something that keeps you doing it. So like say with our classes, we've just introduced the bodyweight program. We got a new cycle of our lifting program. They're really great projects, right? It's like, oh, cool. What are we doing in the new lift program? Oh, we're doing some power clean or some squat cleans and push presses. Like, all right, I'm going to just try and build that for the next few months. That'd be sick.
There's a path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives you a direction. Whether you really care that much about it or not, what you want from the whole training thing will come by just doing that thing.
Yeah. I think there's something very powerful in knowing that you're moving in a direction. If you're directionless in any area of your life, you feel pretty powerless. But if you're heading in a direction and you know where you're going, and that's with your training, then it's much easier to get motivated. Because there's an end in sight in a way, but you also know that you're getting returns for the time that you put into something.
Yes.
And this is very important, because you're investing. You're investing time that's you could be spending under a blanket.
Yeah.
Warm and cozy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Feeling like shit because you didn't go to the gym.
Eating ice cream.
But
Watching Netflix.
I mean, that's the thing, right? I think for a lot of people who don't train at our gym, or, just general fitness enthusiasts, or, people who are just at a gym to try and lose weight or whatever, they're not necessarily, they don't know that they can select a goal that is beyond, I want to lose some weight, or I want to, and you
lose weight and tone up.
Yeah, right. Maintain. I want to maintain.
Yeah.
Just looking to maintain at the moment.
Maintain.
Yeah. But they don't know like that. You could choose like, I want to do a handstand, or I want to fucking deadlift double my body weight, or whatever. It's like
a marathon.
So I think that's quite empowering when you're like, oh, okay, well, looking at the new bodyweight program. Well, I would like to do a muscle up. So, okay, well, what's the path? Oh, you're doing it in class? Cool, I'm going to follow that path.
True.
If you're not training at a gym where you have the opportunity to set a goal like that, you're at the wrong fucking gym, all right?
Wrong gym.
You're at F45. Let's just call it what it is.
Yes. Yeah. The when you're looking at toning up and losing weight, or losing weight and toning up, or even putting on lean muscle mass, they're short-term goals. Realistically, it's very quick to turn over muscle. It's very quick to lose body fat if you're doing the right thing.
They should be short-term goals,
They should be short-term goals. And majority of the time, the reason why they aren't is because you attain that goal, and then what? You don't know anything else, so you just go back to what you were doing.
Yeah.
And the weight comes back on, and you lose the muscle, and then you do it all again. And usually you're doing that in spring and summer, and then in winter you're hiding out because you don't have the foresight of a mid-term or long-term goal to get you through the winter.
Yeah.
And it's not always your fault. As in, you've just been given the wrong information and
That's
been
right.
fed the wrong kind of shit to aspire toward or to be interested in.
Yeah, some health
Totally.
professional has sold you an 8-week transformation or a 12-week fucking whatever it is.
Congratulations, you're the challenge
That's
winner.
it. And then what?
Yeah, that's right. That's
8
cool.
weeks
I'll
is
wait.
up.
I'll fuck it up for the next 8 months and then see you next year. It's true though, right? That's the fitness cycle.
Yeah.
You know, the standard fitness cycle.
And I think that comes back to this instant gratification thing. And the fitness industry is just bowing down to it. It's like, oh, okay, this is what people want. They just want quick results and they want it yesterday. And it's, oh, all right, well, fuck, that's what we have to give them. It's like, well, you're not
2 weeks
doing
free.
them any favors. You're not doing them any favors. Fucking hurting them. Putting on muscle and burning fat on a body that can't even fucking support itself. You should be focusing on the foundation, and that stuff takes time. It takes energy. It takes discipline. These are the qualities you should be building in an individual.
Preach.
Very well put.
Preach.
You know,
Quotation marks.
build some metal. Harden up.
T's eyebrows are moving. He's passionate.
Eyebrow.
Nah, bro, there's a little bit of separation
The
there.
middle is turned grey.
It's got a bit thicker
No,
ever
it's
since
like
you had that moussaka for lunch yesterday.
He loves moussaka. Like saying it more than moussaka.
Yeah.
Okay, what else have we got?
Where are
here
we
for
at on the
winter?
clock here? Give me a little time keep.
45 minutes, 46 minutes in.
Ah, very good, very good. Man, keep it simple. Don't make it a huge, insurmountable task. Don't set the okay. I'm going to train 6 days a week. I'm going to go for the side. I'm going to side split. I'm going to fucking, be the Olympic. Just fucking choose one thing. Lock down like 3 days a week where you can train. To T's point, put it in your calendar on a Sunday, or you just put it on repeat. It's there every week. That's when you train. And then if you can do stuff on top of that, that's a bonus. But really don't overcomplicate what should be quite a simple task. I really, for me, man, that's the busier we get with the business, the more important I find that to just not set the bar super high for myself, just set it somewhere so that I maintain a thing.
Yeah, small attainable wins.
Yeah.
Easy wins, and then you just build on it.
Yeah.
Much more sustainable.
I'll give you an example. One of my goals this year, which I did sit down and write out some goals. One of my training goals was to attend a third jiu-jitsu class per week. So I had my schedule last year. I could only get to 2 a week. And my goal was simply make space for a third. And I've done that and I've been keeping that up. And that's sick. But it's a pretty non-sexy goal. But it's been really effective for me. And I think that's kind of a good example of just a simple goal that is achievable and you got some time to do it, but it's mate, just carve that time out and make it a thing.
It's a 33% increase in training time.
33% increase.
lot.
Yeah, it is, right?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
People don't give that enough credit.
Yes.
So if you're not training at all and you just set the goal at 1 day a week, that's 100% increase in training time.
Yeah, that's right.
Great. Well done.
He's
Yeah.
a
Tick the
mathematician.
box.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, totally.
and pat yourself on the back for it and then hang out there until that becomes easy and then make it 2. And, by the end of 6 months, you've got a 6-day training week, but it's sustainable.
Yeah.
You've got it. You haven't
Yeah.
gone, right,
Yeah.
I'm going to get through this winter 6 days a week, unless you're doing the Winter Warrior Challenge, that is.
Then you got to fucking get in there multiple
Just
times
turn
per
up
day,
11
every
times
day.
Easy.
Just sign in.
That's what we use our Winter Warrior Challenge for, right? Just to give people a little bit of an incentive to show up more, or try and increase their training load a little bit, or just try and stay consistent with what their current schedule is.
What is the Winter Warrior Challenge?
Winter Warrior Challenge is just a period here at our gym where over the winter, over the 3 months, we run a tally of classes attended. And so the person who attends the most classes in that 3-month period will be crowned the Winter Warrior for that year. And the people that finish in the top 9 places beyond that, or after the number 1, will also receive a little gift, a little prize.
something.
Yeah, everyone gets a little prize. And it is as simple as it gets. It's like show up more and you get to win.
Gets pretty competitive.
It does.
It does, huh?
It gets competitive.
Yeah, a bit of conversation, bit of
Bants. Last year we had the Carmel and Noni going like head to head. It got like ridiculous. Noni was doing like, was she doing like fucking 20 classes a week or something? It was insane.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, she was turning up to 20 classes a week. She was not training in 20 classes a week. Let's call it what it is. Shout out Noni.
I didn't see any of it.
Any of the training. But yeah, no, it's but that's the deal, man. You gotta have a little bit of foresight. You gotta set a bit of a plan, and then you gotta find ways to keep yourself accountable to that. And all those points, not going home, having a little bit of visualization around it, using a training buddy, thinking about like what it is you actually want from your life, and then going, okay, well, I'm not going to get it if I just don't train regularly. Like all of those things are going to contribute towards you achieving that thing that you want to achieve through your training. What else you got there?
I think we covered most of the points that I had. We spoke about like making it really convenient for yourself. Buy some cool clothes if that's what you need. Like I like there's a point on doing what you have to do for yourself on what you need to do to survive. So besides the main point, just harden up and just rise to the challenge. And it would also be like, if you need a little help, just do what you know works for you. Like for instance, you could remember the time last week when you trained and you enjoyed it and it felt easy and it was good, and you think about what were the conditions of that time and try and replicate them a little bit. And maybe it was I didn't go straight home. Maybe it was I used to watch videos before I went to bed, jiu-jitsu videos, so I could get up for the 6 o'clock class. So a bit of inspo. Yeah, you can change your alarm thing to the song that makes you fucking awesome, make you feel awesome in the morning. You can park your car in a clearway out the front of your house or something like that. You got to move it. Like, just do what you know you need to survive. And if it's a little using some inspo that's out there, then yeah, do that. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, make sick playlists. Music, oh my God, that's just one massive motivator for me and for many people. Have fun with that. Just go on and make sick playlists and get excited about some music.
Put your noise cancellation earphones on.
Yep.
Yeah, like so just
take some photos of yourself in front of the mirror.
Yep. Go train in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Post that on Instagram.
It's more like, well, if you are
The
training
six-pack.
on your own, you can listen to it in whatever space you are, but otherwise I just bang it in the car on the way there. Yeah, it's just like big energy. Or whatever it is that gets you going.
Yeah, first thing
Use those
training in
little
the
tools.
morning.
No,
for
I
sure.
think one of the
Those.
most powerful tools is
Silence.
one of the most powerful tools of staying motivated through winter.
Money.
No,
What is it?
it's finding
Food.
a fucking coach
Oh, yeah.
that cares,
Good.
someone that you want to work hard for.
Yeah.
Massive tool.
Yeah, someone that is also investing in your success.
Yeah, they care about you and they want to see you make change, and you want to work hard for them and you want to turn up. I know for myself, I've seen the biggest changes in my own physical development and probably personal development as well when it's been when I've been working under some of my favorite coaches.
Yeah,
Those days when you don't want to get up, you're almost not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for them.
yeah. That's a great one.
Yeah, it's important.
And that's what you got here at Jungle Brothers,
That's it.
man.
That's what you got.
You got a whole fucking building full of amazing coaches that care about you.
That's it.
Or wherever you're training at, man, you want that relationship with your coaches, right? And they should be invested in your development, and they should be, checking in with you and asking you how you're going. And if you're not having those conversations, you want to find a place where you can have those conversations.
Yeah, they need to know your goals. They need to know where you are now, where you came from, what your injuries are, where your headspace is. Everything you share with your coach. Personal life. It is a very. It's an intimate relationship if you have a good coach, and I can say that through experience working on both sides of the coin. And the stronger that relationship is, the better quality the outcome when it comes to physical development.
Yeah, I feel you.
True, yeah.
I've actually got a piece to add on that on the whole winter front, which is that, and we experience this with attendance between like comparing summer and winter, in that summertime, especially in Sydney, summertime is like Christmas time, and that's when people are socialising, and there's just a lot of social events on. There's a lot of after work drinks. There's a lot of birthday parties. There's a lot of stuff like that, and that is, even though climate-wise it's a really good time of year to train. Like, it's quite easy to get motivated. You feel warm. The sun's up. Like, it stays light very late into the evening. People don't train as much because they've got other shit on. So if you
A
look
lot more
at
distractions, isn't there?
a lot more, man. So if you look at your year and think, all right, well, I know that like December, let's say like, December, January and part of Feb are going to be challenging because I got all this shit on. I'm probably taking a couple weeks holidays for Christmas. Then it leaves you with like 8 months or 7.5, like 9 months for the rest of the year, 9 to 9.5, where you're like, all right, well, I got to get productive in this time because I know that organically there's going to be a little drop off in my training over that time. So I got to utilize those. And then if you think, all right, well, I typically get a bit lazy in winter, so that's that 3 month period. So you take that 3 months out of the 9 months, you got 6 months, and it's like, man, that's not consistent at all. And that, I'm assuming for most of the people listening, that's not the person that you really wish to be. So then it's like, okay, I've actually got to use this time. So, and this time doesn't last for long, right? Like we're midway through winter now. It's the winter solstice soon, so it's going to be leaning back towards longer days. Almost, I don't know when it is. It's in a few days or something. You have to use that fucking time, and you got to utilize your year. So do it. Don't give in to that laziness or that like, oh, I'll pick it up in summertime, because you probably won't.
Yeah, winter for most people is a time with the least amount of distractions.
Yes.
The least barbecues happening, the least parties, the least events.
Work drinks.
Yeah, festivals and stuff going on.
Yeah.
And it's the easiest time to stay in a space because when it gets warm, you just want to get out and
show
roam.
off your rig.
Yeah, and roam.
Yeah, totally, man. Do your fucking work in winter, all right? Reap the benefits in summer.
Right.
Be the smart investor.
Plus, you want to be able to unveil all your gains, and at the start of summer,
glistening,
while everyone's pasty and white.
Yeah,
got a little winter roll on them, and you just unveil the rig, and it's
right.
like a fucking robot,
like condom stuffed full of walnuts,
and everyone else realizes, oh
shit,
I
should have
fucked
been
up again.
next year's going to be my year, man.
Yeah.
Wait. Good work, gents. Should we wrap it up there?
Yeah, sounds good. That was awesome.
Good to get back on the mic with you guys.
It was.
Looking forward to next week.
Yeah. Next week we're talking about
What do we got? I think.
body weight, isn't it?
No, I think
program?
next week we have a special guest.
Oh,
I think we got a Kareem, member of ours, and we're talking about the mental side of training and dealing with your inner critic and your self-diminishing beliefs and how you can overcome that.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool, man. And he's studying psychology as well.
Oh, that's
so it's gonna
right.
be
I think he's finished studying, hasn't he? I think
he's
got a
doing
degree.
placement
Right.
now, so he's kind of towards the end of it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, man.
Well,
That's unreal. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Thanks, guys. If you want to check us out, junglebrothers.com. You can find more information there. We've got the YouTube channel. We've got the Instagram. We've got a lot of good technique stuff going out on there. Follow us along. And if you're looking to train, get in touch. Come and see us down in Botany. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you.
Let's get something to eat.